happens because you cannot shoot anybody with a Pop-Tart. Like, it's impossible. That shit's this way. Like, every time you turn on the news, somebody's been shot or stabbed or like brutally fucking ganged up on and shit. Like, and even the schools down here are like that. Because I was watching the news a couple weeks ago. Maybe not a couple weeks ago, it was like a month ago or whatever, but like I was watching it and it was like, oh, there was a fucking jumping on the bus or whatever, and I was like, what? How do you jump people on the bus? Like, that's ridiculous. And then it showed the footage of this kid from like some other kid's smartphone, and like they were savagely like fucking this kid up. Like, he was tucked underneath the seats of this little school bus for his school. And like there were 6 kids just stomping on him and throwing fucking swings at him and shit. I'm like, dude, when I was in middle school and like elementary school, there was like no violence in my school. Like, there was the occasional like wedgie or like Indian rug burn type shit, but there was never anything as brutal as today. Like, there might have been a couple school bus fights, but once the fight was over, it was over. Like, 6 kids didn't just jump in and start kicking the shit out of you if you lost or started losing, you know? I mean, that shit's just savage as fuck for no reason. And it just blows me away, like how violent and aggressive this generation has gotten and like progressed over. I was like, dude, I'm only 22. Like, I'm 22, about to turn 23 in March. And just like in the 10 years where I haven't been in like elementary school and middle school and all that, like, it's been like a violent outrage. Like, I feel bad. Like, if I have a kid, I don't even know if I want to like put him in a public school just because of all like the violence and shit that's going on. Because I mean, with a private school, I'm sure there's like hazing or whatever, and like there's still like that low-key amount of violence and everything, but like it can't be much, like it can't even come close really to what public schools are, because nobody's watching these kids. I mean, they go to school and like they're defenseless for the most part, and like teachers don't really give a shit about them anymore, because they're just there for their shitty paycheck and then they go home and drink because that's what they do now. And it's like, it's fucking sketchy. It's so sketchy. And I don't mean to offend any teachers out there and being like, well, all teachers are alcoholics, but like, from where I stand on seeing the education system without me being in it, like, teachers are kind of drunks now. Like, there are teachers and shit now that have been like accused of fucking kids and like doing crazy fucked up shit that didn't even exist when I was going to school. Like, when I went to school, there was zero chance of me fucking a teacher. Like, that's a reality, like zero chance. Like, I never went to school and been like, yeah, Miss Patterson, I'm gonna fuck her today. No. Like, dude, the amount of like fucked up shit that's happening, it blows me away. Like, I don't know, how do you guys feel about that shit? Like, when you hear about, like, on the news, like, Miss Patterson thrown in jail today for child molestation, like, 3 accounts of it. Like, how do you guys feel about that? Like, because it's, like, on an uprise on, like, the realest way right now. There's so many cases of, like, child rape happening in schools. Like, it's not funny to laugh at. Like, it's really not. But in the same sense, it kind of is, in its own little fucked up way. Because, like, every day, like, it's some new shit, like, oh, well, Miss Peterson, or Miss Patterson, whatever the fuck I said before, is out there raping your kids on recess. Like, don't let them go to recess anymore, because they'll get fucking raped. Like, that shit, like, it blows me away. And then, like, and then on top of that, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but there was a school in, like, Indiana or some shit, like, somewhere around here. Like, it was close enough to be on the news. I don't know if it was anywhere else, because it was, like, a low-key thing, but there's a fucking school in Indiana that has banned dodgeball and, like, tag and freeze tag and all that, because this little kid, like, he was, like, 7 or whatever, I think, 7 or 8, maybe 6, I don't know. But he was playing dodgeball with his classmates, and he got hit in like the face with a dodgeball. And like, no, these are plushy, like soft dodgeballs. Like, they're not anything like what they used to play with, like even in like 80s, really. Like, it's changed so much. Like, it was a plushy little softball. Like, it could have caused no damage unless fired out of a cannon. Like, that's the thing. Like, this thing, it's so soft, but it hit this kid in the face. And I guess it left like a red mark on his cheek from where he was hit. And he went home and told his parents or whatever that he had been hit in the face with a dodgeball. And his parents went to the school and launched a formal complaint that his kid, or their kid, was like beat up at school or whatever in a game of dodgeball. So the principal had banned the game from the school and said that like if anybody was caught playing dodgeball or tag or whatever on the like playground, they would be suspended for like 2 days or some shit or whatever it is. And like it was a major issue down here because like all the parents that grew up in school, like that grew up with dodgeball and shit, now their kids are like, yeah, we can't even play dodgeball or tag or anything because like little Billy got hit in the face with like a pillow basically. Now we can't play dodgeball. Like I'm a little bit upset about that because like when I was growing up, dude, dodgeball was like the thing to look forward to in gym class. Like when you went to gym, you're like, yes, dodgeball day or tag day or freeze tag, whatever the fuck you played. It was like rad as fuck. Like you got to throw some shit at another kid without causing any major harm to them, other than like what that kid got. It was like a fucking red cheek or some shit. Like that shit doesn't even make sense. Like, oh, I got a red cheek in gym class, so now I'm a little bitch forever. It's like, that's the shit, dude. That's why I don't like kids growing up anymore. That's why I don't want a kid or like anything really. Like, I don't like taking care of kids, watching kids, because dude, they're so bitch made now. And I don't mean to offend anybody watching this video with kids, but I mean, I'm not saying your kid's bitch at all. Like, don't get that fucked up. But like, from what I've seen on like the media and all of that, like it's depressing. It really is. Like all these kids now, they get like a little twisted arm in gym class. It's not even like doctor worthy. They're like, well, we gotta take him to the hospital. Little Jimmy might be hurt. I'm like, his arm's probably broken, even though like it's just a little bruise on it, you know? Like that shit, it blows me out of the water, like on some little shit though. Like it won't even be anything major and kids were like, whoa, it damaged my psyche and now my arm hurts and I can't play gym. And recess is out of the question because my ankle kind of hurts. Dude, when I was in elementary school, I could have a broken fucking leg. And when recess came, I was out there. I was playing, doing my shit. Like I was a little kid, I loved playing, dude. And now all these little kids today are like, yeah, let's go out and play Grand Theft Auto outside, even though you can't. And like, that's where all the violence and shit comes from. I'm like, I'm not even saying video games are like the violence, because like when I was little, it was Power Rangers, we were out there fucking kicking and punching the air, being like, yeah, killed them, whoop. But now it's like, dude, it's so real. Like little kids are actually fucking hitting each other in the face, saying like, Grand Theft Auto, and like all this other shit. Then on top of all of that violence, there was a kid that was banned from school because he ate a Pop-Tart in the wrong way. Like he bit into a Pop-Tart and like it made the shape of a gun and he was suspended because like, I don't know what it fucking was, but like the teacher had like a bitch fit over it because he was eating his Pop-Tart in the shape of like a pistol or something. Like what kind of fucking damage are you gonna do with a pistol shaped Pop-Tart? Like that shit, it hurts me so bad, like fucking physically, just thinking about that while laughing. Cause dude, what, like you can't shoot up a school with a fucking Pop-Tart. Like it's impossible. Like, I brought my Pop-Tart gun to school today, I'm gonna fuck some shit up. No, that never happens. Cause you cannot shoot anybody with a Pop-Tart. Like, it's impossible. That shit's retarded in itself. And anybody that thinks that can happen or is impossible is fucking retarded. Like, leave this video right now if you have a problem with anything gun related, because that shit is dumb as fuck. Fucking red lights. That's why I don't like getting into like the city part of town, because I don't like red lights or town or people. That's the only reason why I like a bike, just because you can be an asshole to people deliberately and get away with it. Like if they don't like it, tough shit. Dude, I'm on a motorcycle, I gotta watch out for myself. I don't like spending like at all time next to cars if I don't have to. Like if I can avoid being next to a car for as short as time as I can, I'm going to. Just because I don't like the idea of being ran the fuck over by a CAGER. Like that bitch, dude. She was on her phone just talking and shit. Like, that's the shit you gotta watch out for. Those people like blatantly don't give two fucks about you or their driving habits. Like, they'll just kill you. They'll run you over. They'll switch lanes without fucking noticing you, not caring about you. Like, they'll kill you out here. Like, Louisville, that's one of the reasons why I'm like hesitant to ride my bike much anymore. Is because like the fatality rate of motorcycles and shit are going up super high over the past couple years. It's like, that shit is sketchy in itself. And I don't feel like dying or going to hell and dying on a bike. Like, every time I ride, I want to fucking go home and live and be able to breathe some more.